Here we are, Calgary Zoo, promoting the zoo lights. Not a bad day today. About -6. Not too bad for the first week of December. Smells a little fishy, hey Whit? Smell the penguins. Funny how you can go up the sea train there, eh? We're almost there. Well, penguin exhibit first. Being a little cooler today, it's not that busy. It's kind of a nice change. The penguin plunge. What do you think? Any outside today?
It's been cold, so...
There might be some of the king penguins outside.
Oh yeah.
They're probably on the other side of the hill there.
Okay. We'll see them on the way out then.
Yeah, but all the other ones are inside.
Sweet. All right, guys, let's go in there. You're like you doing a penguin slide with. Interesting. All right, we're going in.
Penguin plunge. This door is an airlock system.
Inside the penguin exhibit here, and then over as you walk into the left, you can see the filtration system. So this is what filters the water and aerates the water. I mean, kind of like a swimming pool, I suppose. I think it runs every hour, the guy said, and it's a freshwater system, so they can release some right into the sewer and then add some city water to the tanks if they want to refresh it a little bit. But it's a fairly elaborate system. I don't know if you guys know or not, but if you look closely on the pipes, when they built it, they put little penguins throughout the facility. And there's another one back there, a mom and a baby, which I didn't realize until I talked to the volunteer. So that's cool. Let's go have a look. There they are. Oh yeah, he's tucked in the middle there, eh? 2 months old. That's cool. So they do a blood test to figure out if it's a boy or a girl. That's kind of neat. Look at this little guy in here. Still got his little soft feathers. I've always wanted to feel them. Well, there you have it, guys. This is inside the penguin facility, which is kind of cool. This is the other side of the facility here, on the back, which is kind of cool. So it's a fairly large penguin exhibit here. And, we just left the penguin sanctuary or exhibit, whatever you want to call it, and outside they do have a few hanging out here. 7 or so. Just chilling in the snow. To give you guys an idea, we went from -26 yesterday to to -6 today. So pretty drastic change in the weather. This is the Calgary Zoo in Calgary, Alberta. So here we experience Chinooks every once in a while. We'll have a week of nasty cold, and then you'll have some nice warm weather come up from the south. And that's what's happening this morning. When I woke up this morning, it was -21, and in a matter of 2 hours, we got up to -4 here in Calgary. This is the Canadian Wilds exhibit, which I think they're actually working on. So unfortunately, that's closed off. And then over here to my right is the prehistoric park as well, which actually isn't open. Further up, you can see they got a chain across, so they keep that closed throughout the winter months just because of they got some dinosaurs in there, like animatronic dinosaurs that move around when the kids walk by, and I think their, you know, plastic skin or whatnot gets fairly brittle, so they shut that down. But yeah, there's quite a lot to this zoo. We live close enough that we have zoo passes, so we come down here, I bet you on average, maybe even once a month. So yeah, when you walk in through the main doors, your first left is the penguin exhibit, prehistoric park on the right, Canadian wilds on the other left further down. And they have this decorated, this time of year they have what they call zoo lights. So you can purchase passes and come here in the evening, and they have the whole place lit up at nighttime, which is kind of cool. So they have these little houses set up and lights throughout the park here. You can see beside me, candy canes and whatnot. So the whole place lights up at night, and it's definitely worth doing for sure if you live close enough that you can come down here and check it out. Beautiful day again here though in Calgary. There's the Calgary Tower in front of me. Give you a reference point. Just a cool spot in general, in my opinion. You can easily spend a couple hours here walking around with the kids. And they got cafeterias and some inside things we can do. I'll show you later on in the video. All right, so this is like the first half of the park here before you cross the little bow. So you cross this bridge here, and that'll take you to the second half of the park. This is completely frozen up right here. Some more candy canes. A little bit of water flowing over there. And then you can see beyond that is the actual Bow River that flows through Calgary from the Rocky Mountains. All right, let's go check it out. We're on our way to my favorite exhibit, where the hippopotamuses live. So once you cross the bridge, you can either go left, which is where we're heading, to Destination Africa, or you can go right, which takes you down to a few other exhibits down there around the corner we'll have a look at here a little later. This kind of gives you a nice map here of the different lands. So yeah, to our right here we have Exploration Asia. So that does change every once in a while. Like they had pandas in there for a while, and forget the name of the new animal in there as well, but we'll check it out here a little later. And then yeah, Destination Africa here to my left, which is where we're gonna go right now, because this is one of my favorite exhibits here. I don't know, when you walk through here it feels like Disneyland in a sense, and the kids love it. Like I said, it's nice for adults too, so let's go hit it up. Is it? All right, we're heading into the African savannah. Who's excited? I can tell you one thing, it'll be warm in here. It just smells great in here. It smells like horses and cows, and you know what I mean? It smells like a barn. Of course, there's no horses and cows in here, there's everything else. So he's just having a snooze up there, eh? Sleeping in the basket or what? He's tucked way in there. I don't know if you guys can see that or not, but he's sitting inside of that hollowed out log, just staring at me. I don't know, they kind of have a cool face. And then we got some wild hogs down here, which we will see in a few minutes. And there's always birds flying around inside. You can see they're just cruising around in here. And I'll be honest, they're not actually part of the exhibit. They're just birds that have snuck their way into the building. So below me here is the hippopotamus tank, and then beyond that is where the giraffes hang out indoors. They have an inside-outside pen that's actually shared with the hippopotamus, but being so cold today, they're probably all indoors. So let's have a look at the porcupines here, which is cool. And there's actually a little baby in there. And then no meerkats today. I think they're cleaning the pen, so they probably have them locked up somewhere else, I guess. The guys are working, cleaning everything up. We got the Egyptian tortoise here as well. He's little guys. They're just cool looking. And there's a lizard hiding up here, so you know, keep your eyes peeled because you never know what you're going to see walking around here, which is kind of the cool part. So round-nosed plated lizard. I saw one, and I see the other one's tail here, hiding underneath that log, which is super cool. So yeah, it's good for kids, right? It makes them pay attention. Like I mentioned, this is the hippopotamus exhibit, which is kind of shared with the giraffes behind them. You can see we're looking at a giraffe bum. He's eating, or just enjoying the sunshine through the window, I'm not sure. And then, yeah, these are my favorite animals down below. The hippopotamus. I don't know, something about these girls here. They just look awesome. They're just chilling. But they're big. Okay. I just want to feel their skin. See, I'm a cow guy. I like cows. And there's something about these hippos that remind me of that, I guess. Here's some information on the hippos. So length anywhere between 3 to 5.5 meters roughly. Weight is anywhere between 1,400 and 7,000 pounds, which is crazy, you know. And yeah, they're pretty docile in here. Sometimes when you come through here, right in the middle of feeding, they're very active and they're always floating around. And then back there you can see they have almost what looks like cattle chutes, but custom designed for hippopotamuses. A little bit more of their tank here. Obviously, they're just having a morning snooze, so they're not swimming around, but you can see quite a bit of hay at the bottom. But it's a fairly large tank, and as mentioned earlier, depending on the time of day you come through here and the weather, I suspect will determine if they're more active or not. But you know, we're here closer to 10:30 in the morning, so I suspect they've already had their morning feeding. They've had breakfast and now they're just chilling, digesting over there in the corner. But yeah, very cool building in here. This is probably my favorite spot within the entire park. And even the giraffes, usually there's always a couple of them running around. They're very active normally, but I see a few of them back there in that room just eating. And then here we have some hogs, which is the Red River hog, I believe. We got one here, and then another one hiding over here. Oh, there's two actually back here just eating, and they're always playing in the hog fuel with the wood chips, just digging around with their noses, right? They like doing that. Obviously right now they're not allowed outside, which is kind of cool. There you go. That's the African Savannah building. Pretty interesting. I can't get enough of these hippos though. The hippo exhibit here, you walk outside and you can see they would open up these, you know, big doors, kind of like garage doors, like a curtain, so that folds up like an accordion. And then the hippos come into this pen here in front of me, and then behind that is where the giraffes can walk and run around outside. Now, if you come out of the hippo exhibit and you want to go to the left here under the bridge, there's like lions, lemurs, and they call it the Savannah Yard. Today, unfortunately, there's not going to be a whole lot of animals outside, so we're not going to bother heading that direction, but that's a cool exhibit. And that was put together a few years ago. Like the lemur exhibit is really neat to see. You can actually walk right in their pen and see them running around, so that's kind of cool. But yeah, we're going to head across the road here and head into the African rainforest, which I think is kind of cool. So the building we were just in with the hippos and the giraffes was called the African Savannah, and then over here is the African rainforest, which is another cool area in my opinion. Let's go have a look. go, guys. The African rainforest. Has some fish here. Lots of color. This is closed for some reason, but normally you can walk in there. This is another cool building, in my opinion. I thought they had snakes in here originally. Yeah, they got a boa constrictor in here somewhere. Where? I'm not sure right now. Oh, right here. You can actually see his face and his eye. I don't know if you guys can see that or not, but you can see his face and his eyes. He's all coiled up there just chilling. So that's very cool. And then over here we have, I think we got chameleons in here and a tortoise, I believe. So keep your eyes peeled for chameleons and tortoises. But you never know on any given day where these guys are hiding. Chameleons are actually hard to spot because they hide up in the tree, right? Well, there's one there, top branch. See him? So that's kind of cool. And then there's a tortoise down there. There we go. That's kind of neat. And then we're gonna head across the bridge here. That was the bridge behind me. Fortunately, this has been closed for way too long, ever since COVID, but normally you could walk up over top through a man-made mountain and they'd have a waterfall in behind here. And this is the primate habitat in here, which is cool. There he is. Just chilling. So this is where you learn about the difference between apes and monkeys, which is kind of neat. So we actually have a mom and a baby down there hanging out, which is cool. Where the gorillas are, you walk down here and they have mandrills in here typically, but they're cleaning the pen today. Cleaning up all the feces and whatever else. But yeah, you walk from there. The gorillas and stuff are kind of cool to see, right? And you walk through here and you get into the rainforest area. So here they just let the birds fly around and enjoy the building. So, you know, you'll see birds just hanging out with you here. And they're cleaning this pen too today as well. But look at this. Whatever this thing is here, I'm not sure what that is. It's got an interesting beak on it, but there's nests up in the posts of the building. It's quite a big building, actually. Obviously very tropical in here. Has a real Amazon vibe, you know? Look at this guy. What an interesting looking bird. So yeah, guys, he's about like literally 2 feet in front of me. Weird. Kind of looks like something out of Alice in Wonderland, to be honest. And there's like these little, I think they call them golden weavers. These little yellow birds back there flying around. And they weave like little baskets. I don't know if we can see any here. They're like little hanging nests. So they just grab pieces of, you know, grass and straw and whatever else and build these nests. But anyway, it's kind of a cool building. It's kind of cool how you can walk through here and the birds are just flying around, right? And that's it, guys. Let's head off to the next place. There you go. And it was like I mentioned, just if you can get down here in the morning on a cooler day when it's not busy, it's fantastic. And overall, they have fairly good flow for traffic, so even on the busiest days in the summer, it's never that bad here. But yeah, quite a building. There's quite a bit of infrastructure down here. You would never really think that there would be a zoo this size in Calgary, Alberta, Canada, right? So yeah, during the summer, you know, obviously the warmer season, they actually let the gorillas outside to run around in their outdoor pen. But yeah, I don't know, it's kind of a cool area back here. I really like the safari, you know, savannah theme. Like I said, reminds me, I don't know, a lot of a theme park, I guess. But even in the summer, there's people here grabbing snacks, but there's always lots of room. There's enough walkways around here that you can kind of avoid all the heavy traffic areas. In here they have like a botanical garden, and for the zoo light show they light the entire place up for the Garden of Lights. So yeah, like I mentioned earlier, if you want to get down here and get tickets for zoo lights. It's very cool to see this entire place lit up at nighttime, in my opinion. Flamingos in the summer, once again, this would be full of flamingos. And you know what, maybe we'll do another video in the summertime. Big squirrel hanging out in that tree up there. I don't know if you guys can see him. Way up there. Just chilling. But yeah, it's the, you know, it's December here, right? First week of December, so most of these animals are indoors. But to be honest with you, like, just an amazing facility. I've been to the Winnipeg Zoo a couple times. That's pretty impressive as well for Canada, but you would never expect this in Alberta. This is just an awesome place to walk around, especially with small kids. You know, you want to get them outside, you want to get them exploring. We live 20 minutes away from the zoo, so we just load them up and come down here and just enjoy a couple hours. But even if you're from out of town and you're in Calgary for a few days, if you like this sort of thing, I highly recommend coming by. I think they've done a really good job here with this place. It's dead. There's no one here, guys. I've seen maybe 2 other families since I've been here. Probably been here 40 minutes now. But over here to my left, we have what they call the NMAX conservatory. So they got the lost and found department here. Depending on the time of year, they have a botanical garden inside, as you can see through those windows. And they even have like I forget the name of it, but it's like a butterfly exhibit as well. So we might even see it today, but you'll see cocoons hanging. There you go. The NMAX conservatory here. And let's go have a look. They have it dressed up for Christmas, of course, which is kind of cool. So if you go to the right when you're walking through the doors over there, we'll check it out after. That's where they have butterflies flying around. And you can actually see them emerging from their cocoon. I'm not sure we're gonna see that this time of year. Obviously that's really dependent on the weather, but they have this botanical garden as well dressed up for the zoo light show. And my glasses are fogging up here. Give you an idea of the difference in temperature between outdoors and inside. So anyways, lots of tropical plants and whatnot in here. Once again, just a cool place to walk around, especially if you have a bit of a green thumb and you like plants. Lots of different foliage and things to look at. We got a chocolate tree here. That's kind of cool. You know, once again, not something you would ever expect to see in Alberta. Because don't get me wrong, it's cold up here. I figured I might see a turtle swimming in this pool, but anyways, yeah, just a cool place to walk around. Get a few steps in, warm up, explore. So anyways, this continues on for a little bit, and then we will check out the other side where the butterflies may or may not be. I hear something in here. I think it's water droplets actually falling from the ceiling, I guess is what it is. Yep. Thought maybe it was a bird. All right, should we head across to the butterfly exhibit? This is a nice area. Good place for family photos. My wife and kids are coming around the corner here as well, so let's go take a quick tour through here. Wow, looks like they have this dressed up for a wedding. You know, and when you walk around in here, you feel like you're in the Lorax. So, as suspected, this time of year, obviously there's no butterflies flying around anywhere in here, but over here is where they actually have hangars for the butterfly cocoons. So they'll be, if you come here, maybe it's the spring, I don't know, probably, but they'll be hanging in here and you'll see 20, 30 of them, and you'll actually see the butterflies emerge from the cocoon, which is pretty cool. So yeah, this is the other side of the botanical garden. Remember, we're in the NMAX conservatory building. So there's a main building in the middle, and then you have two greenhouses essentially on either side. So we're just cruising around through the other greenhouse here. But if you come here in the spring and summer, you're guaranteed to see butterflies flying around. Like, this place is full of butterflies. They'll land in your hand, on your jacket, your head. Once again, if you like greenery and plants and foliage, this is a must see. It's all dressed up for Christmas and zoo lights, I guess. Just cool. All right, now we're working our way further into the park here to a place called Gateway to Asia. So once again, this is just another facet of the zoo park, but this is cool. A couple years ago, they had pandas in here. So this will change from time to time depending on what animals they have. And then I think the pandas went to Toronto and they brought in another animal, which I'm gonna mispronounce. So let's just wait till I see the sign. Because if it's kind of a different animal. Here we go. I really liked it when they had the pandas in here. You can hear the monkeys. Some kind of howler monkey. I forget the actual name. And then here we have a Komodo dragon, if you can believe it. I think there's two in here. Let's see if we can find them. You see him?
Oh yeah.
Hiding? Oh yeah. There he is. Lurking in the fog. Chilling in the mist. Huh? That's cool. Yeah, the Komodo dragons, when they're walking around, are just wicked. So yeah, like I said, 2 years ago they had pandas in here. Now they have these things. I think they're called a tapir or something. What are they called again? Tapir?
Tapir.
Tapirs. They're called tapirs, but then they also have these howler monkeys in here that we can hear. And they share a pen. It's that guy up there making all the noise. Which is kind of cool. It would get annoying if you had to listen to it every day, but... And then over here we have snow leopards, which is kind of cool. So guys, this is the red panda exhibit here. They're really cool to see too. Oh, you can see his tail there hanging off the tree. There he is. There 2 of them there? 3 of them. Yeah, look, there's a 3rd one on top. So these are cool too. And these are still relatively new to the zoo. But the coolest thing to check out is the tiger. I'm gonna work my way over towards the tiger pen here. Anyways, you know what? I hope this video kind of gives you guys a good snapshot of what to expect when coming to the Calgary Zoo. I think there's lots to see, but yeah, red panda. So that was cool. We saw 3 of them up there hanging out in the tree. Otherwise, it's pretty quiet here. let's walk over to the tiger pen. Here it looks like we got some hogs actually hanging out. Wild boars, I guess. I see 3 of them hanging out in the pen there, trying to keep warm. Huddling together. Some swine. I feel like nobody uses that word anymore, swine. Here we go. The arrow is pointing us in the direction of the tiger. Sometimes you get lucky and you see the tiger right before a feeding and they're super active. I see him, guys. He's actually just chilling here, just lying in his pen. And there he is. How cool is that? Just look at himself, giving himself a clean. So the crazy thing is that I've actually seen this guy swim in his pond. So there's one here and there should be another one in the pen too. I think there's actually 2 of them typically. I'm guessing a male and female, but let's see if we can find the other one. Tigers sleep up to 22 hours a day, which is kind of cool. But yeah, I've seen them actually swimming in their pond, which is kind of wild. Kind of cool. So obviously in the summer this isn't frozen, but I always assumed being a cat they didn't like water. But during the heat of the summer they swim in this pond here in the middle. I think there's another one over here actually. See him? Yeah. Here we have some kind of sheep or mountain goat, not sure. So this is the other entrance. This is like the southwest entrance to the zoo. Right through these gates here is actually the Bow River, so you can park at the park and then you can walk across the road here into the zoo. But this is only open seasonal, so they'll have it open throughout the summer months. You know, throughout the busy season they'll open up the second entrance. So yeah, here's the other tiger here. I mean, everything about them, their demeanor and the way they move is obviously no different than a house cat, but it's so cool to see in person. Like, they're massive. I'm sure these 2 are appreciating a warmer day here. So yeah, I'm pretty sure there's only 2 tigers here, and like I said, maybe they're a male and female, I'm not sure. I don't think I've ever seen them in the pen together. And I've been down to the zoo quite a few times. Well guys, I think that's gonna conclude my Calgary Zoo video for right now. See the Calgary Tower there in front of me again. Basically this just takes you around the back of some of these pens. They've built a fairly aggressive retaining wall here. They had to rebuild a lot of this after the flood of 2013, I believe it was. If you can believe it, they had the Bow River overflowed, some flash flooding, and combination of flash flooding, heavy rainfall obviously triggered that, and then also significant snow melt as well in the mountains up west. So anyways, this is the basically the end of the park. Put it this way, if you can't spend a minimum of 2 hours here, you're probably doing something wrong. But yeah, very cool. Anyways, guys, thanks for watching, and if you haven't done so already, don't forget to smash that like button, subscribe to the channel, and hey, we'll see you on the next one. Cheers. Have a good day.